All right, YouTube gods, please. Let's see if the algorithm. Gods have mercy on my soul today. Where are the people at? Where are the people? Good morning. Is that 7? All right, somebody's seeing this. Miss Wilburn, good morning. Mello. Hey, Yemma. Hey, Mercedes. 1, 2, 3. Kita. Yes, you did make a live. New subscriber, and I really enjoy your content. Well, thank you for subscribing. Those of you who are new here, have been watching a few videos, please subscribe to the channel and um, help the platform out. There's women who need to see the messages that I convey here. You might be saving somebody's life. You may save somebody's life by passing along this information. So please don't be selfish with it. Hey, Sierra. HA is in the house. It's almost 9 a.m. where I am. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. All women need Salkis black pill. Only those who are going to take the message and run with it. Everybody doesn't need me. I'm not that egotistical to think that everybody needs me, and I certainly don't want them to. The point of this channel is really not to get 1,000,000 subscribers. It's, I let go of that dream a long time ago because I realized that the things that I'm conveying to you are things that are unpopular, and that women, for the most part, it's uncomfortable for them to hear. And I'm not an entertainment channel. See, if I was an entertainment channel where I just gossiped about, things that you don't need to be personally offended by, I could have been at 100,000 subscribers or something by now if I did any of that. Or just did triggering stuff, about being a dark-skinned girl. I could have easily done just the whole dark-skinned girl channel and focused on things that made you cry. And I would have went viral that way out of pity. Like you see some other channels do. They go viral because they present an opportunity for you to pity them. So I realize that I'm in a precarious space here where I'm trying to help, but people don't want it. I'm trying to give advice that if you take heed, just take some of it, chip off a little piece of it, your life will be so much better. But they can't get beyond the word ugly. The word ugly is so offensive to them, which to me makes no sense at all, especially if you think you are. And most women know if they do or not. We front. We do a lot of fronting. But you know the notions you have about you when you look in the mirror. You know how you feel about you. You know what you say. You know what your mind tells you. And I'm saying this. If you are an unattractive girl, if you've decided that you've vetted yourself and your evaluation of you is that you are unattractive, I'm here to say, okay, that's okay too. It's all right. You don't have to jump off a bridge because of it. You don't have to condemn yourself and abuse yourself because your evaluation is that, okay, I'm really not cute. I'm not pretty. That's what I'm here to say. But we wrestle with that. We wrestle with that. And why do we wrestle with it so much, UGC? Because we've been told since we were out of Pampers that we owe people beauty. We owe our mothers You owe your mother to be a pretty girl. You owe that to her so that she doesn't have to be ashamed of you. Can we really be honest? Let's be honest about it. So you felt pressure to be beautiful just so that you wouldn't make your mother ashamed of having given birth to you. You owe your boyfriend beauty so just so he's not ashamed of bringing you around his friends. You owe everybody beauty so that they have a reason to feel proud of you. That's what we've been indoctrinated with as women. Like that we owe people that. It's not something that you can just be. It's something that you need to pay people that. My beauty in exchange for dot 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 dot. And that's what we hear. That's what we've heard all the time. So I'm here on this platform to say that you don't owe anybody beauty and you don't owe anybody the acknowledgement of being beautiful either, because they get offended. I did a post today in Patreon. I said the people that get offended at you calling yourself ugly are usually ones that feel that they have the same level of attractiveness as you. Those women will get offended when you call yourself ugly because they rate themselves, they're comparing themselves to you. That's why they get offended, because they're immediately comparing themselves to you and they say, well, she and I are about the same. So she gets offended if she thinks that you and her are about the same rating. You'll also have people getting offended. The men will get offended, especially the men who want to have sex with you. They'll get offended by you calling yourself ugly because, that makes them feel stupid, especially if they're sexually attracted to you. So they'll get all offended and flustered and all that stuff. And the ones who think that they're good people, the ones who virtue signal, will also get offended too. And we have a lot of those. We have a lot of keyboard warriors, a lot of Sunday worshipers, a lot of people who feel authoritative because they have a higher standard of morality. So they feel it's their duty to refute what it is you're saying in order to stay in alignment with the propaganda of them being a good person. So people are phony. People are phony. I was looking through some pics of myself and I realized I was ugly and now I feel better and now I gotta get my life together. All right, Divine, let's do it. Let's do it. And it's all right to come to that conclusion. It's all right to come to that revelation. A lot of women don't, and they get scammed. A lot of women don't, and they get scammed out here. How do they get scammed? Because they're assuming that their hype up, their self-hype, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. They assume that their hype creates some sort of, I don't know, force field, a veil around them, and nobody can see through that to what they really think of themselves, and they get caught up. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Nothing but love and respect. Thank you, Empress. Thank you. Those of you who are here and who are not Patreon members, please join today. We have a $5 tier, as low as $5 to start. But get in there so that you are constantly submerging yourself in the UGC philosophy, because it's a spell that we have to break. Make no mistake about it. You feeling inferior about yourself is a spell. Maybe your mother was the one who cast it over you. Maybe your siblings did you in. Maybe it was lovers. It could have been your husband. But it is a spell. And it's not a set it and forget it thing. It's not I feel beautiful today and everything just works itself out, because honestly, that's hype. Honestly, all the mantras, the I'm beautiful mantras, is just hype talk, and you don't believe it. They don't work because you don't believe it. or they don't last long because they don't really resonate with you. You just feel like a fraud. You just feel like a fraud. So we got to get past all of that. We got to come to terms with ourselves and face ourselves. And a lot of us don't want to face this because we're under pressure by the mob called society to think of ourselves in a certain way. The mob or society says, in order for you to present yourself as a secure woman with high self-esteem, you should think that you are beautiful. And if you don't think that you're beautiful, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with any woman who doesn't think that she's beautiful. But you know the catch-22 with that is you can declare that you're beautiful, and here they come ego checking you. Okay, you need to think that you're beautiful. Okay, I'm beautiful. No, you're not. You need to think you're beautiful. I think that I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. Well, now that's a reach. You need to think you're beautiful. Okay, I'm beautiful. Well, you need to be realistic too. Well, you need to think you're beautiful. Okay, I think I'm beautiful. Well, you're a 5 at best. It's a game, y'all. They tell you what they determine that you need to focus on, right? And then they snatch it back from you, or under the guise of keeping you grounded, so that you don't get the swole head, you don't get the big head. So they tell you, no, you need to believe this, and then they take the power that the belief has, they snatch it from underneath you. It's a game of power. It's a game of power. So when you say, no, I'm not beautiful, and some of you have tested this because you've come back to me and said, you know what, they had nothing else after that. When you say, no, it's I'm not cute, they start scratching their head like, well, what am I, how do I do the status thing if she doesn't think that she needs to be pretty? How can I make her feel bad about herself if the thing that I use to make her feel bad about herself is irrelevant? That's what it is, UGC. So when you take beauty off the table, the thing that the first manipulation tool that any man uses, and really women too, the first manipulation tool that they use, which is trying to affirm you or pretending to affirm you based on how you look, when you take that off the table, the authority goes away. Their authority over you goes away too. Because if I can't affirm you and make you feel better about yourself, then how are we concluding who is the leader amongst this group? How can I lead you if you don't need me to affirm you? UGC? That's the question they're asking when you say, I divest from beauty. Y'all don't understand how magical it is. And I'm not saying you don't take care of yourself. I never say that on this platform. You need to eat right. You need to exercise. You need to make sure you're presentable. That's a part of life. We're not trying to be goddamn hobbits underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. We're not trying to look like trolls living underneath the bridge. That's not what I'm promoting here. That's not what I'm promoting here. I'm trying to get you to understand that no matter what you do, somebody will say that you failed. Somebody that will say that you're not good enough. Most of the times, the affirming and the validation that you get is pretentious because they're saying these things to you to get something from you. That's what I'm saying here. The feedback that you get is a game. So you play the game. But some of you are not seeing it as a game. You're seeing it as a win, lose, or draw. You're seeing it as a pass or fail for you. You're seeing it as a moral issue. It's not a moral issue when it's a fucking game. It's no longer a moral issue, or I have to be righteous and I have to be right and I have to be what I say I am and all this kind of stuff. When you're dealing with people who are playing games with you, people are playing games with you. And those of us who are unattractive, especially within the black community, because you know black people don't like each other. Let's be honest about that. You know black people don't like each other. Why do you think these men like exotic women? Because they're not trying to be niggas out here. They don't want to be associated with being black. So in order to dilute their blackness, they go for mixed chicks and ambiguous looking whatever, soft hair, this and that, to water down their genes, because nobody don't want nobody black with Nigerian hair. They don't want no little kids running around here dark skinned with Nigerian hair. And it's not just men, it's women too. It's women too. Because you give birth to kids, and before that child is 5 minutes old, you're looking at their knuckles to see how dark they'll get. That's the first thing you check. You don't check if they got 10 fingers and 10 toes. You're checking to see how dark they'll get, because you were told by your midwife and your mother and everybody else, check the ears and the knuckles. That'll tell you how dark they're going to be. That's the first thing that black women check on their babies before they leave the hospital. Praying to God that they didn't get birthed in extreme out here. So we're not going to front like it's just men. We're not going to front like it's just men. We hate who we are. Every man you meet hates who he is, because it's hard for him to be a man out here. And most black men are struggling to be men out here. Well, some of them ain't. I don't know if all of them are struggling. That might be a reach, right? In terms of ambition. Maybe some of them just feel all right the way they are. Maybe some of them just feel all right the way they are. But I'm saying all that to say, you're feeling scared and inadequate and intimidated by people who hate themselves for the most part? Why? Why? Y'all like up the stream, please. Give this platform a like. You know it's gonna change your day and change your life. Give me a like, please. And then you can go debate about R. Kelly's conviction or something like that on some other platform. Just give me a like. Situation just happened to me. I was laughing inside. What situation? It is the game, because people judge you by what the current standard is. You could be absolutely gorgeous, but if you don't fit the standard, then you are deemed ugly. Yeah, the standard. Yeah, that part. That part. You're joining Patreon this month. Thank you. We'll leave the light on for you. We're waiting for you over there. So what I wanted to say before closing out is this about because some of you have stated that you hear that by men that you're intimidating to them. And I want you to flag the play. That's a play. That is also a manipulation tactic, because you have to ask yourself, okay, someone you've just met, you barely know, whatever it is, comes up to you or sees you online or whatever, and just comes right out and says that I'm intimidated by you. You have to ask yourself, okay, well, what is the goal here? I need for UGC, for you all to start asking yourselves, when people communicate with you, what is their goal? Don't ask them that. Ask yourself that in your mind when anybody is talking to you, especially men. What is the goal here? Because it's always a goal. It's never, small talk does not exist. Small talk does not exist. Some of you are being groomed. Every little conversation is one little chink. I'm trying to find the chinks in your armor. So they slow walk you. They slow walk you, right? So you ask yourself, when a man is in your face, whether it be online, virtually in your face, or in your face, like in your face in the Walmart, what is his goal for telling you that he's intimidated by you? And what is he really saying by I'm intimidated by you? He's saying that I'm afraid of you. Why would any man who barely even knows you, he's seen a couple of pictures of your camel toe, he's seen a few pictures of your ass crack and your camel toe, or maybe pictures of you squatting at the gym or something like that. You know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do online, right? And all of a sudden now he's intimidated by you, which he's admitting that he's fearful of you. And you got to ask yourself, well, what is he afraid of? Fearful of you, it makes no sense. What are you afraid? You don't even know me to be intimidated or afraid. So why would you confess that to me? And a lot of times these men are confessing, so-called confessing that to you to disarm you, to help to put away your suspicions of their intentions and their motives. Because what is me stating that I'm intimidated by you saying? That's me displaying vulnerability to you. I'm being vulnerable to you by telling you that I'm afraid. And a lot of us feel, and we get caught up with this with everybody. You feel that a person displaying vulnerability is someone that you can fucking trust. Let me repeat that again. Anybody who displays vulnerability, whether real or made up, is a person that we assume that we can trust. And this goes for your piece of shit girlfriends also, because she comes with her war stories. I was this when I was 5, and that happened to me, and my boyfriend left, and all of that. And you thinking you got a friend because she's wounded. You're thinking that she doesn't have any ulterior motives because she's showing vulnerability to you. And now all of a sudden you're your best friends until she stabs you in the back. Until she stabs you in the goddamn back. So I want ugly girls to understand that vulnerability does not mean that the person is devoid of motives, of aspirations, of wanting something from you. Everybody wants something from you, whether they've been hurt or not, and whether they're so-called scared of you or actually scared of you or not. A person can be scared of you and still plotting and scheming against you. And they're still plotting and scheming against you. And I talk about manipulation all the time because this is what we face. Unattractive women face this shit every day and twice on Sundays. Everybody and their mother, every hop and drop, hobblefoot, a hobosexual troll living under a goddamn bridge, goddamn adopted motherfucker out here wants to scam us and think that they can. And they think that they can. Every conversation you have with everybody is a power play when you're unattractive. Everybody's trying to assert authority over you when they feel that you're beneath them. Unattractive women get no days off when it comes to that. Everybody's virtue signaling, saying that they're better, reminding you that you're nothing in either subtle or direct ways. Pretending to be a friend, pretending to validate you, pretending that they're incentivized to make you feel good about yourself, and you have to be your own God. You have to be your own God. That is what this platform is about. We don't need nobody's fucking pity or not your confusion either. Because a lot of you come to this platform, I don't know why you would call yourself that. Bitch, please. I have no idea why you would reduce yourself to calling yourself that, and you're making fun of people that look like me every day. I just have no clue. Selkis, help me understand, Selkis. Bitch, please. Help you understand. Everything that comes out of your mouth should be an understanding of why I say what it is I say to women who I'm addressing here on this platform. Your whole life is a read of understanding why it is I tell women to beware of women like you and men like you. Your whole life. Now, I say all of this to say that I don't want you to feel discouraged. And I don't want you, because some of you get to a point where you hear all this and you're like, well, what's the point of it all? And to that I'm saying, those of you who feel that it's a what's the point of it all thing are back to needing the validation again. That's the only reason why you say that. The only reason why you're saying what's the point of it all is that if I don't get this person to approve of me, then what's the point of me aspiring to be things, problem solving, creating, improving myself in any way if I can't get this person at the end of all of that to respect me, love me, admire me, want to fuck me, and whatever other me there is. We're back on that again. Y'all like up the stream. Like up the stream. You can go to your entertainment and your Tasha K and whoever else other gossip platforms after you get off of here, but like up the stream. Just like up the stream, and then, do what you got to do. And those of you who've been watching me for years and ain't pulled the trigger, I'm not understanding why. You need to go ahead and get your pendant, your cartouche, your protection cartouche, which I personally designed myself, and it has our maxim on the back. I refuse to be defined by how I look. You can go to the uglygirlsclub.com and hit the products page and see it on there. You can get sterling silver or 24 karat gold. And you wear it. You tuck it in your shirt or wear it out, but it's on your chest and you feel the weight of it on your chest because it's a heavy piece. You'll feel the weight of it on your chest, and it will remind you that there is nobody to be intimidated by, nobody to cower down to, nobody to play dumb for unless you want to play dumb, unless you're playing dumb for a coin. Who knows? But everybody out here has a stake in diminishing or making you feel diminished out here. And unfortunately, it's people that look just like you who do it. That's the fucked up part about this. Because we can reason all of this stuff out if it was people who didn't look like us who were condemning us. But it's people who look like you who condemn you. So that creates another kind of psychological confuffle going on there, because it's like, what, you or me? Like, what? Why are you doing this? It makes no sense whatsoever. None whatsoever. But it's done. But it's done. You don't really want to share your true vulnerabilities to males or females. No, you don't. And I tell y'all all the time, loose lips sink ships. Loose lips sink ships. There are very few people. You might be able to count on one finger how many people you can totally trust with sensitive information about you. Maybe it's your grandmother. It might not even be your mother, because mothers gossip about their kids. It might not even be your mother. It might be just your grandmother, the only one you can sit at her feet and confess your sins like you in a Catholic church or something like that. And she'll still love you and won't judge you. Maybe some of you have a grandmother like that. Not a mother, a grandmother like that. Mine sure was like that. She didn't judge. She just helped you solve problems. Some of us may have that and some of us may not. You can count on one hand who you can go to with information that could destroy you. Let me say it again. Your private business in the wrong hands could sabotage and destroy your whole life. And some of you are just giving it away for free on social media. You make yourself a target for all kind of wolves out here on social media, which is utterly insane. Utterly insane. So I want you to think about that. If you're an unattractive girl, and whether you're attractive or not, this is in general, but this is the Ugly Girls channel. So I'm always talking to ugly girls first. When you are an unattractive girl, critical thinking is vitally, it's a life or death for you. I've said this for years on this platform, since way back when I was first doing, I'm in my car now doing this live, but when I was doing lives way a few years ago, I said that you have to be a strategist as an unattractive woman. You cannot afford to go with a flow. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you believe has to have there is a purpose and a reasoning behind it all. And everything someone says to you, everything someone does for you, everything someone confesses to you, everything someone expresses to you has a motive behind it too. Y'all go back. Well, a lot of the old videos are in Patreon now. But you could go way back when I was telling y'all this. Years ago. And nothing's changed with that. Nothing has changed with that. Hey, ugly girl, sweet tea in the house. Please like the page. Please like the page and join us on Patreon, the Ugly Girls Club on Patreon. All the links to everything are in the description box too. Unfortunately, I don't tell my mom my personal business, the judgment. Unfortunately, some of us have mothers that can't handle full disclosure. Unfortunately, some of us have mothers who just are not equipped to handle full disclosure and be supportive. And that's unfortunate also. It's unfortunate also. And it just speaks to the nature of women and why, if you're blaming men for all your problems, you're not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at it from all angles and all sides. A lot of your problems are based in how you were raised as a child and your relationships with your mothers. With your mothers. And that's a hard pill to swallow because we want to say that it's somebody else. We don't want to, it's shameful to say it's somebody who actually gave birth to you, who didn't really like you, who don't have respect for you, who told you were an accident, who said you were unattractive. The woman who gave birth to you is the first person who said you were unattractive. A lot of you have experienced that, and that's a serious level of shame there, because it's like, damn, you gave birth to me and you're saying I'm a reject. So there's that. There is that. I can't really talk to my mom either, but my mother was savage, so I understand. Wow. I'm learning to appreciate my mother for who she is because it helped me to become a mother too. Well, that's good. My mom never talked to me, only talked about me. You know how many stories I hear like that? You know how many of you come with stories about being rejected by your mothers? Most of you do. Most of you do. Because of UGC, I've learned to accept that and move on with my life. Wow. Hugs to you, India. Hugs to you. Tight hugs to you, baby girl. I am so glad that you are finding value and support on this platform because I know that's hard. I know that's hard to deal with. Because the one person that's supposed to love you in spite of how you looks should not be an issue with the person who gave birth to you. But your looks are an issue even to the person who shaped and formed you in her womb. How crazy is that? Sorry, y'all, the garbage truck is they're taking out my recyclables. So you have to realize that yes, she's your mother, but she's also a woman. So Salkis, the movement should focus female mother abuse. No, the focus is on life. It's not just female mother abuse, it's on life in general. Mothers are just people. So it's not even a focus on a mother. A mother is just a person who gave birth to you. She's a person and a female. A female, a woman who has given birth to you. So she's just she's part of society. She's just a part of society. So we're just talking about society and behaviors and the incentives for society, or should we say black culture, since we're black here, or the black community, since most of us are black here. I don't know. Where's our community? I don't even know. We don't really have one, but for lack of a better word, we say the black community. So we're just talking about the black community here. And then in the broader sense, the nature of people in general, because you can apply everything that I'm saying to anyone of any race. Truth be told, whether you're white or half white, or the person that you're dealing with, your friends are white or whatever, it doesn't matter. As a child, your mother is your God. Then you grow up. That's right. Hey, Naima. You just subscribed. Terrence Barnes. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you. Those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do. And then pass along these videos and the content to, if you have 16-year-old daughters and 18-year-old daughters and or just young women in your life, nieces and whatever. Some of you might have to pass this along to your own mothers too, especially those that have always felt inadequate their whole lives because they just didn't look cute enough to supposedly feel good about themselves. Share the content with them. Like I said, you could be saving somebody's life. You don't know what people are going through. Over the years that I've coached people, I have talked quite a few women off the ledge, unbeknownst to me, not even knowing a lot of times until after the fact. So, because I was about to take these pills, I was about to do this, I was about to do something reckless here, and it was something you said. It was a video that I saw from you that stopped me from doing that. You know how many times I've heard that? So I don't take anything that I say as entertainment here. I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly because I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's listening. I don't know who's at the end of their rope. I don't know. So I feel a sense of responsibility here because you just don't know. And y'all have that kind of effect and power over people's lives too. You think you don't, but you do as well. You do as well. The best way to build children with self-esteem is before the age of 5, so that includes the womb up to 5 years old. This is true. This is true. Because a human being is who they are, but by age 7, they've worked out what they like, what they don't like, what's right or wrong, and pretty much how they view life. Their perspective on life is fully shaped by the time they're 7 years old, based on what the psychologists say. So that's what it is. That's what it is. All right, y'all. So to recap what I'm saying here, if you are constantly being told by men that you are intimidating, Terrence, you want some attention, don't you? Are you trolling me now? That fast? Let's see. So if you're constantly saying, or they're constantly telling you that they're intimidated by you, it's for a reason. And you are inclined to find out what that reason is, or don't bother at all. But what I don't want you to do is to assume that they don't have any motive because they're expressing a vulnerability to you. That is a manipulation tactic. It's manipulative. And you need to flag the play, especially unattractive girls, especially us. We are, listen, I hate to create a dividing line, but we have a different walk. Our walk is a little bit different. Because anybody can be your enemy. And anybody thinks they're better than you when you're unattractive. Everybody thinks they got one up on you when you're unattractive, UGC. And that's just what it is. I will cross the bear, call it whatever you want. So you got to be hyper vigilant. Not overly sensitive, but vigilant and resolute and alert and aware out here. That's all. You got to be aware. You just got to be aware. People said Oprah is ugly, but she is super smart. I see why she didn't marry Stedman. Okay. That part. There's a whole story behind that. Say what you want about Oprah. She's not a fool. You can say whatever you want about her, but she's not a fool. So there it is. All right, UGCs, I'm going to leave you to it. I got to get back to my paintings. I'm painting a new piece now. Y'all got to go to iloveherart.com. You all know that I'm an artist, like a for real artist. Go to iloveherart.com and start shopping over there. I'm creating this piece called, it's from the movie Dune that's getting ready to come out, I think tomorrow. And it's the Bene Gesserit, which is a secret sisterhood. It's supposed to be a religious order, but they're really have political influence within societies, and they mind read, and they control their they have abilities to change the sex of a child and give birth to girls, and there's some bad bitches. Oh my gosh, they are some bad chicks. I love them. So I'm painting one of them, in the process of painting one of them, and I posted up some progress pictures in the community tabs page of this platform for you to see. I'm getting ready to post up another one, but y'all got to see the movie Dune. I love them because they're a secret order of women who have discipline. They control their fear. They have a high tolerance for pain. Their initiation is through pain. They go through pain to become goddesses. They do not love men. They give birth to girls, and they are about their agenda. They are about their agenda, and they don't sway from it. Not at all. What's the movie? Dune. D-U-N-E. Dune. There's a whole series of books. It's sort of like a Star Wars trilogy. You can get it's like 6 books in the series. Dune is off the chain. It's off the chain. Y'all, UGC, we need to be Benny Gesserits out here. That's what we need to become. Straight up sisterhood of blood out here. All this, I need you to love me, and I need you to love me, and all this vulnerability stuff. And at the end of the day, people just come in to take what they want from you and dropping you like a hot potato. Shit. Y'all better get some. Look up the mantra. Look up the Bene Gesserit for Dune and read their mantra on fear. Girl. No, it's not doom, it's Dune. D-U-N-E. D-U-N-E. I've watched every show you mentioned. Saw Penny Dreadful. Just finished up the Game of Thrones. Penny Dreadful is off the chain too. Penny Dreadful is off the chain too. That's on Netflix. That series is awesome. It's about witches and women being able to conjure, get out of their feelings and focus and conjure. Shit. That's what you need to be, especially if you're an ugly girl and nobody loves you. I don't know why you just don't decide just to be a goddess and rise above all of this, the petty wants of women who need to be affirmed by men. If you're not getting affirmed by men, there's a different walk for you. Why are you trying to force it? Why are you trying to force yourself to be immortal when you're supposed to be a goddess? When you're rejected in this world, that's the qualifications. That's all the qualifying you need to become a goddess and say, well, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Dune is an audiobook on YouTube. I have all the actual books. So you could do the audiobook however it goes, but it's a fantastic story. So y'all get ready to see it, and I can't wait. I think they released it in Japan and stuff already. I'm hearing some fantastic reviews on it. So I will be in the movie theaters come October 1st with my surround sounds to see it. You look lovely. Always love your car videos. Car talk, y'all. Car talk. That's what's up. All right, so like up the stream. Make sure you become Patreon members. We have $5 tiers and up. Make sure you get your protection cartouche designed by yours truly. Wear it underneath your shirt. Wear it underneath your uniform. Wear it underneath your dress when you go on these dates, so you understand what position you're trying to be in out here. Especially if you are not wondering if you're unattractive. If you know, you got to pull from a higher power. You got to pull from a higher power here, and you can't not remind yourself of what you're trying to do and what you're fighting for. There's no point that you get to rest on that. When the world is saying you're a reject, there's no rest. It is what it is, but it will make you a goddess though. It'll make you rule from the shadows. You'll be a quiet assassin out here. You'll be the hidden hand. You would be the puppet master that nobody suspects. When you switch your incentives to not being included, to really enjoying your exclusion, you can do all kind of mischief when nobody wants to be a part of your team. You are free. You are a maverick. You are a wonderkind. Look up synonyms for demon out here. And then look up the definitions of the synonyms for demon out here. And ask yourself, why is this bad now? Why is being a demon bad? When did we get, being exceptional or being a virtuoso, which is a synonym for the word demon, by the way. Being a virtuoso, which is a person that is exceptional, one of a kind, incomparable out here. When was that a bad thing? When was that a bad thing? And then I want you to look up the synonyms for angel. And you'll see apprentice there. You'll see someone who's nice, someone who's kind, someone who's learning, a companion. A lot of weak synonyms there. That's really unimpressive. Unimpressive. Listen, when you're an unattractive woman, you're already a demon in the eyes of people anyway. They look at you like you committed a crime, don't they? They look at you like something is wrong with you, like you're evil. Don't they? You see the frustration in their face. You see how they're turned off and stressed out just by having you in their presence. They're stressed because they don't like the way that you look. You better be a demon out here and stop playing. That's your calling, whether you like it or not. You're supposed to walk alone. Goddesses walk alone. Eagles fly alone. Eagles fly alone. They don't fly in packs. If you want to be free, that's the price that you pay. That's the price that you pay. I've looked at YouTube and no one has advice for unattractive women, only Salkis. No, they don't. Because this is a taboo, and most women that you see are trying to get approval from other people by weaponizing their beauty. Beauty is a weapon. Beauty is a tool for you and a weapon used against women, against men. And every woman wants that. Because we're too dumb to see that there's other ways to get people to do what we want them to do. That's our one. And the irony of it is that is what we're told that we need, and that's what imprisons us also. Because some of you think you're attractive and you're not. Some of you think you're cuter than what you actually are. And you're getting scammed out here. Because you're not living in truth and awareness. You believe your own hype. You don't want to believe your own hype. You want to hype people up, but you don't want to believe your own hype. Why don't you want to believe your own hype? Because you need to see you need to catch them frowning. When you're speaking, you need to catch them looking like, what the fuck, when you're walking down the street in your heels. You need to see when you're not convincing people of your hype. And you can't do that if you believe your fucking hype. You can't do that. You miss the fact that people don't believe you. And that's how you get scammed out here too. That bullshit. Y'all don't get me started. Don't get me started. I didn't think about that. Eagles do fly alone, don't they? Yes, they do. Eagles don't have no friends. They don't need no team for food. They do what the fuck they want to do. They go where they want to go. They go where they want to go. Eagles don't deal in hierarchies and who's the leader and all that kind of shit. An eagle that has no interest in any of that. That frowning part is the truth. Hello. That frowning part is the truth. Listen, I want to catch people frowning. I don't want to be caught up in my own hype that I don't see when you're not believing what the fuck I'm saying. I always want to know what someone else is thinking. That is your power, UGC. Not in believing your hype, but becoming aware, acutely aware of your surroundings, people that you're talking to at all times. You want to see it. You want to see it. And that's what it is. All right, so I'm out of here. Peace and love. Go to our websites, iloveforart.com, theuglygirlsclub.com. Go to patreon.com, the Ugly Girls Club, and sign up there. And then when you're ready to graduate to the catacombs, come see us in our private, secret weekly meetings and get some more deeper tea. All right, peace.